Reaching 3 out, Étoile d'Écosse over at a length and a half ahead, but Wild Polly is now beginning to scythe her way through the pack, with along the inside Whiskey Lullaby just being encouraged along now. Further back to Lady Beau's Class Bishop Lady, and they're leaving Orient Sunset behind, and now Étoile d'Écosse has got unwanted company on either side, going to the second flight from home. Wild Polly on the outside of along the inner Whiskey Lullaby, who landed with the lead, a mistake by a tiring Étoile d'Écosse as they now make the run to the final flight of hurdles. Whiskey Lullaby hard driven the far side of Wild Polly, who still appears to travel well. Here's the final flight coming up, and a good big jump on the far side there from Whiskey Lullaby. Now shaken up towards the near side is Wild Polly. What will Wild Polly find? Oh, she's finding plenty. She moves away now by a length or so to in second place Whiskey Lullaby. The two of them are miles ahead of everything else. They're finishing tired. It's Wild Polly for a second career win. Does it nicely, beating into second position Whiskey. Then in third, Cadzond, who might well challenge for second place shortly, but it's all about do your job if he can take the last. Do your job approaches the final flight and is over it safely. Second place on touching down at Cadzond, then in third, Wetlands. They're racing into the closing stages. Smooth as honey that was in terms of the jumping. Do your job. He's going to make every yard of it in the hands of Brendan Powell. It's a third career win for Do Your Job, who's done his job really nicely today. Beats Cadzond, who's up for second. Wetlands on the home turn of Savoy Court, who's dropped away. Then Eeyore and King of Fashion. They race into the home straight. 4 more to jump. Empire Steel goes on as Frisson Collonges just begins to feel the pinch along the inside. Stop Talking has now gone second and looks quite menacing, with back in behind them Do Not Disturb and then Beat Box as they took to 4 out. And it was Empire Steel who had the advantage by around about a length, approaching the final open ditch now. Empire Steel side by side with the Loose Horse, but leads up by a couple of lengths and going comfortably to in second place on touching down Stop Talking. Here's 2 out. Empire Steel over ahead, landed a little bit steeply, but Stop Talking at the moment not making any impression. Back in third is Do Not Disturb, who in turn is well clear of everything else, and approaching the final fence it is Empire Steel under Ryan Mania by 2 lengths or so. Approaches the final fence, jumps it well. Stop Talking in second place, continuing to pursue. Back in third and well held now Do Not Disturb, and they're racing into the final half furlong of the journey, and it is Empire Steel for Sandy Thompson, Ryan Mania in the colours of Alan White, going on to win nicely. Second place will go to Stop Talking. In third of July, Elusive Red was pulled up before jumping 3 out as they now make the journey on down towards the second last flight of hurdles. American Tom over to the far side, giving a bold show to in second position Joie de Vivre, then Leeswood Lily away to the left, and Countermand still coming into it all the time as they cross the second last flight of hurdles. American Tom, the rider there, has dropped the whip. American Tom, it's hands and heels from here on in for this one. Now Countermand, though, is about to stake his claim. Lucy Alexander timed one to perfection at Kelso on Saturday. She looks to be doing similar here. And to the outside, Joie de Vivre as they cross the final flight. Countermand, the dark jacket, near side Joie de Vivre. On the far side, American Tom is digging in for pressure. They've broken away from Leeswood Lily and into the closing stages. It's Joie de Vivre who's picking up the best now. Goes on by 2 lengths. Very quickly to in second, Countermand. Leeswood Lily's stamina is kicking in, and that one running home quite well. Moves into second, but won't get to Joie de Vivre, who's home in front under Theo Gillard. Joie de Vivre from Leeswood Lily cross. General Bucks leading, Cockle Bay improving. Asking for Answers now ridden along to the inside of Costly Dream. A 3 or 4 length break back to Walking in the Rain, who's going to be played late. Wider out is a weakening Farron Dancer, and Imperial Prince is also struggling as they head on towards the 4th fence from home. And it is General Bucks from Cockle Bay, Costly Dream, Asking for Answers, Walking in the Rain, and Imperial Prince, who's just hanging on to them at the moment. The back mark now of the main group as they came over 4 from home. They're leaving Farron Dancer behind, and General Bucks has been headed, and it's all changed up front. At 3 from home, it was Cockle Bay who rather reached for that fence along the inside of Costly Dream. They are now the first 2. Asking for Answers back in third, then General Bucks, Walking in the Rain, and Imperial Prince. Good jump at 2 out there from Cockle Bay. Cockle Bay and Stephen Mulqueen show the way, but only narrowly, to Costly Dream in second, and then Asking for Answers is now starting to find his stride as they approach the final fence. This is far from over. Cockle Bay along the inside of Asking for Answers as they cross the final fence. Very little in it. Back in third is Costly Dream. The well-backed Asking for Answers has the answers towards the near side and now begins to boot away from Cockle Bay in second. And Asking for Answers will go and win for the first time over fences. It's a double on the day for Martin Todhunter. quicken things, and over 3 out they hop, with Fame and Hope landing just ahead to Elite Icon, Espoir Riviere, Awasilla to the inside, Thursday down and dropped away very quickly, trying to get involved in behind the leading few. First one Dana, and on the left the brown sleeves and cap of A Head Full of Dreams, still with around about 3 lengths to find, but moving well. Over 2 from home, then it's quite wide open. Near side Elite Icon, the white-faced Espoir Riviere, pushed along now is Fame and Hope, Awasilla up the inside, First one Dana still yet to be played, and likewise A Head Full of Dreams as they now approach the final flight of hurdles. A Head Full of Dreams, this is the point where Skelton says go. It wasn't the greatest of jumps. Battling on to the inside is Espoir Riviere. Espoir Riviere is accelerating well here. Now A Head Full of Dreams has got it to do. Back in third is Elite Icon as they head into the closing stages, and A Head Full of Dreams is gathering up ahead of steam towards the near side to get to Espoir Riviere. Out the line, it's close. All very tight at the line between. To look out here, making the run to the final furlong, because Flyby Milan is getting to within around about 1.5 lengths. They've beaten off the attentions of Freezing Point in third. Spider Pig at the moment is hanging on from in second. Flyby Milan, there's now only 3 parts of length in it, now only half a length, now only a neck. Spider Pig is all out. Spider Pig just gets there from in second place. Flyby Milan.